So today we will learn how to work on Dialux 4.13 for lighting calculation. So there are two versions of Dialux. One is Dialux 4.13, which is little older version, and currently we are doing in Dialux Evo, where we can interface directly with the 3D Navis file. So today we will learn how can we model in Dialux 4.13. So Dialux 4.13, once we double click, so this is the welcome screen which appears on the screen. So it has option of interior project, exterior project and any street light project. So suppose let us see how can we do interior, exterior as well as street light project. So for interior project we will click on the interior project. So as soon as we click, we will find here a room editor which has a length, width, height and xy coordinates. Now if you see, there is the length which is mentioned here is in feet, but let's say we want, for the sake of our SI unit system, we want to do it in meters. So in that case we have to change the SI unit from pound, feet, pound system FPS to SI unit system. So initially just put OK, so you will get a dimension which is created, which we had clicked OK. Now you have to go to file and we need to go to the settings. Under settings we will get an option of general options. If we click on the general options, you will find lot of tabs opening up, which is very important. So before starting of the project, it is advised that we have to change some values which is required. So firstly, in the standards, United States is okay, so that would not be any problem. Right? So here you can see light loss factor or maintenance factor is mentioned, street scene. So for maintenance factor, based on the project requirement, we can change it here. This is the reflection factor, CWF. So based on the IS values, the reflection factor can be changed. Now in global window, which is the most important, here are mentioned dimensions. In dimensions, if you see, it's imperial units mentioned, feet, inches. So we want it to be in metric units. So just click on metric. And the lighting values, we are not looking for foot candela, rather we are looking for lux candle per meter square. CAD window all is okay. Output also we don't need to change much values. Contact, if you want to put any details of your company address and personal ID, you can put. Energy evaluation, if you want to use for daylight saving as per IS EN 415193, we can use that daylight usage. Here are a lot of utilization profiles which we can select based on our requirement. And finally, pollution factor you can put based on your requirement. If it is industrial area high, so it will get calculated accordingly, or in typical environment, if it is indoor, you can put that. So based on that, just we can click OK. Now if you have to edit this room again based on our requirement, you can just go here and edit room geometry. When you right click, you will get this value. Now let's say we have a length of 10 meter, height of 5 meter or 4 meter building, and let's say width is 5, and let's say we click it OK. So I am just currently showing you the general methodology how it can be shown, and here you can see the lot of options here which we will see. So here is a hand tool which you can click and just move the value to fit the cursor on your screen. You can scroll in and scroll out based on your requirement. So this is basically the room which we have created. Now this is the two-dimensional view, or from the top view we are seeing this particular room. But if you want to see it from three-dimensional view, so here is that 3D view. If you click this 3D view, you can actually get a glimpse of the room which we have modeled based on the length. If you want to again change the value of the dimension of this particular room which you are seeing here, you can again right click on room and edit the room geometry, right? If you have multifaceted, so you can add values here itself, right? You can insert coordinate, right, and you can put the values as OK based on the requirement. So this is basically the floor plan which we are seeing. This is the side view. So the room from the side looks like this. This being the ground level, this is the top level or the roof and the floor. And if you have to see from the front view, this is the room. So the length and the height can be seen, and this is the three-dimensional view. So there are multiple ways how we do lighting, but today I will just take you through a glimpse of the interface of this Dialux software. What are the terminologies or the window panes that is shown here, and what are its usage. So as soon as the room dimensions are mentioned here, you get a block. You can just put the description of the room. For example, I want to keep the room as office, and the description is this is an internal office, just like that. Now maintenance plan method, as we have included there itself, this is 0.8. you can vary it. If it's very clean room, it will be 0.8. exterior will be changed to 0.5, and interior or high pollution 0.5. So let's say we are using for a clean room, so 0.67, or you can consider 0.8 based on the requirement. So now the ceiling, wall and floor. So this is the reflection factor. So if you read IS or National Electric Code special publication for lighting, so there all the values are mentioned what we have to consider for each specific lighting calculation. So now as you see, the reflection factors are mentioned. Beside that we have a material. So that is very important to get a proper output of your lighting calculation. The material, that is the floor material, wall material and the ceiling material, has to be proper. So if it's a standard floor, we can create standard floor. Now the color of the ceiling, so this floor, so we want ceiling, so standard ceiling. So the color, if I want to keep white, then the reflection would be accordingly. Ceiling. Now if this is wall, so standard wall, and this is, let's say, standard floor. So we have kept this value accordingly, and if I have to change, I can change it to the requirement. So any colors you can select from here, right? So if you have a tiles which is a little brownish sort of thing, it is grayish, so you can keep it like this, and you can put it OK. So 70, 50, 20 you can add accordingly, so this reflection coefficients would change. Otherwise you can change it from here also. So after the room surface there would be an alignment, so we don't want to align any light from the x or y axis, so that would be kept as it is. So this is done. So now once the room is done based on the reflection and the reflection coefficients and the color, so you can see this particular value. So let us now go through with the details mentioned here. So first you have a file, so any new project can be opened from this new tab, and any existing project can be opened from this file folder which you have already saved in your system. Save as wizard import. So from import you can import a DWG or an AutoCAD file wherein you can just superpose all the equipments and do the proper lighting. You can import and edit 3D model, but best if we use Dialux Evo. So there the 3D model configuration is much more simpler and easier. Texture file, object file, luminaire files. Now as we do lighting, we have to import IES files. So each manufacturer has their IES file. IES file is basically, IES stands for Illumination Engineering Society. So that is a governing body. So every particular light fixture has its own IES file. So the details of the light fixture in terms of lumen output, size, dimension, all other detail, everything will be incorporated in that file. And once you upload that file in the Dialux project under this project 1 which is mentioned here, you can put those values or the luminaires in the specific locations and run the lighting calculation to see your desired output. Then calculation grid files, R tables and other format files can be uploaded. So let us see if I want to upload some luminaire files. So I can go here, and in my desktop I have already the IES file downloaded. So this is the IES file for one particular vendor. So let's say I want to select this particular IES file. As soon as you click open, so firstly the sizes would come here. So these dimensions 0.1 meter, 0.1 meter length, width and height is already defined by the particular manufacturer, that is Crompton Greaves, as you can see in that particular light fixture. But if you want to change, you can definitely edit and change the value to 0.200 or anything that you want to see. But better to keep the actual dimensions which is prescribed by the manufacturer in the IS file. So once you click OK, you will see under this project one, this light has been mapped. So under this project, I can now use this light fixture. So based on this, you can use multiple light fixtures. So project name you can edit, let's say test project. So if I have to give the name of that project, test project, contact, address, details, location, everything you can add. So when in the output you can give a very detailed value. Okay. So let's say this is one luminaire and I want to add more luminaire in this particular file which is required. So anyone, if you see in this particular screen, I can just double click or select multiple and just click OK, and all those files will be directly coming up under my project. So each light fixture is different and you can just see the values. So if you go to description and technical data, you will see. So the luminous flux is 13,200 lumen. So the power is, you can see, 119.5, which is a 120 watt light fixture. This is the correction factor and this is the polar curve of the particular light fixture in the 0 to 90, 0 to 180, 90 to 270 plane. Okay. So this is how we import the luminary file, which is a very important step in this particular Dialux lighting software. Okay, so moving on, from the file option we have seen what are the things we do. So in general options and everything, last project, exit. So in edit option there is align and distribute, so that while we do project we will see what are the values that come here. In view you have all the views that we can see here itself already, and you can see the 3D light distribution display. So once I select the light, I will show you how that can be put up. So let's say in this particular room, in the roof, if you see in the ceiling, basically I want to put let's say this is I want a small light fixture, 61.4, 37, let's say this is 37 watt light and I want to put it in this particular project. So what I'll do, I'll select the two-dimensional value, I'll just right click in this office, go to insert luminaries. So there is an option, you can go for field arrangement, individual luminaire based on the coordinate, line arrangement, circle arrangement, floodlight arrangement, or any strategy. So let's say I want to select individual luminaire. If I click here, I'll get the luminaire which has already come up here. So I can just click on this luminaire and I can just select wherever I want to keep it. So after you have kept it and you want to copy, just click Ctrl C, and when you do Ctrl V, the light fixture would come up. But in case it doesn't come up, you can just copy it here, select, insert. So this has come up, copy, paste. So this light fixture has again come up. I want to keep it here. Again Ctrl V, right? Again Ctrl V. So try to maintain symmetry while you are doing it in hand. So this is, I am just showing you the basics, but actually in a particular project, let's say an electrical substation or a process building or a workshop or a warehouse where we would do the actual lighting in a project, how that is being done, that will be discussed later in this particular presentation. So once you put it, we try to put it in a symmetrical way. So in this way, if you can see, you can measure also. This is a scale. So if you measure it from this light fixture to this light fixture, is 3.4 meter, and if you again measure from here to here, it's 4 meter. So that is not uniform. So if you have to keep a very uniform spacing, which professional light designers do, what you can do, you can just delete all this light fixture and we can go for a simple line arrangement where automatically based on the dimension we put, Dialux will put up those values. For example, this is the light fixture, sorry, I want to put it. right? I'll just click it here, insert luminaries, go for field arrangement, sorry, line arrangement, right? So this is not the light fixture I'm looking for, so I'll click here. So this was the light fixture 37.3, right? Yeah, so basically mounting, so quantity 16, so 16 numbers I don't want, I want 3 light fixtures, distance 3.33 is fine, start point and end point is given, so it is surface mounted. If you can want user mounted, so mounting height, suspension height you have to put accordingly. So the room height is automatically calculated based on the, so room height and work plane height, it is already predefined calculated. Room height is calculated from basically the project. If you see here, go to the office and write here edit room geometry. So room height we have already created 4. That's why automatically when you put surface mounted, the light fixture is automatically installed at the 4 meter height. So if you see now, these 3 light fixtures what we have put up are placed at equidistant level. So now if you measure it, everywhere it's 3.33 on this 10 meter length. So if you see, sorry, fixture to fixture close to 3.33, right? See, if you click it from here to here, it is 3.33, right? So this is how you can put a symmetrical light fixture. And if you want to copy it, just copy it and just click it for the next line and match it with the upper line, so you get a very value which is very similar. So now if you click it here, this is like that. So this is has to go little inside. So if you can see, this is not in straight line. You just click it and just rotate it little left, right? Zoom it more, shift little left. So now if you can see, both are on almost at the same location. So now if you have to look into 3D, that I have put the light fixture and how it is looking, you can see it like this. See, the surface mounted light fixtures are shown on the room itself. And now without calculation, if you have to see the polar curve of this particular light fixture, go to view, select 3D light distribution display. So you can see the polar graph, how the light would be thrown into this particular building, right? So this is how we can see the basic light distribution display. Now once the light is put, so this is the fundamental light that we have put into this particular room. Now the room will definitely have a lot of objects depending upon the room that we have selected or the area we are going for the lighting. So we can go into this object. In this object, as you can see, there are multiple tabs. So standard elements include cube, wedge, horizontal cylinder, vertical cylinder, cone, volume, glass plate. In room element, you can have a square column, round column, sloped ceiling, ramp, right, flat ceiling, platform, vault, etc. Do save the project whenever you do. So in desktop, let's say I am giving a test project 1, so that will be saved. So then you have windows and doors, right? So then you have exterior scene elements, you have sport facilities, pole position, which we do in the outdoor, calculation surface. Now very important, calculation surface is very important. As I had shown you, if you go to this project and click on this line arrangement, here I had shown you that sorry, it will be here. Yeah, in the work plane automatically it select as 0.760, right? So you can edit it to 0 also and keep it 0. Now calculation surfaces are very important. So the surface where you want to really calculate the lumen output, for that you have to select the calculation surface. So different type of calculation surfaces are available. So let's say I take a general surface and I put it at 0 level. So this will come like this. Just drag it to any center point and just extend it to the point of building edges where you want to really find the calculation surface. means the light output will be calculated at this surface. Now go to the 3D and just have a look how this calculation surface is looking. So if you can see, it is pointing out in this direction. So this red carpet wise what you are seeing is the calculation surface. Now this calculation surface you can do it anyway. Suppose for a particular building or an area you want to see it in the table or the study table. So let's say it would be at almost 1 meter height above. So put it 1, select OK. So see, now it has been raised by 1 meter from the floor level. I want to calculate the entire lux level at this location. Similarly, you can split it. For a particular room you can calculate here calculation surface at a level, another calculation surface can be put at a lower level, another at a high level, another can be put on the wall, on the ceiling, anywhere. So you can find it in this way. So this is a very important point. Calculation surface has to be added in the project, right? And object file in outdoor and indoor, there are multiple objects like trees, you have cars, you have buildings, you have sport utilities, football pitch, urban finishing. So a lot of things are already available. In indoor facility if you go, you have furniture, persons, plants, sanitary fittings, shop, stairs, etc. So let's say for this particular room, since I have not extracted the AutoCAD file, let's say I put some general room elements. Let's say I have a square column, right? Column would be dimension, let's say the column would be not 1 by 1 meter. Let's say the column I am keeping 300 by 300, 0.3 by 0.3. Again this would be project specific, and height is 4 meter considered. So the columns are always kept on the edges, so just click it and just keep it here. The more zoom you do, the more precise you can place the blocks in the dial-X. Just remember this thing. So once you have placed it, just copy it and just place another column and just drag and drop it here at your location where you want to keep the columns of this particular room. Again Control V for the third one. Yeah, and finally the fourth one. Now anytime when you do this modeling and all this placing of fixtures and all the apparatus or the equipments here in this particular dial-X, it is always advisable to go and cross check in 3D that the location or the equipment which I am placing is correct, because 3D will give you an accurate feel of what is being modeled. So now if you see here, I have, if you go inside the room and check, if you see these columns are being now modeled at the four corners of this particular room, which is giving you a accurate feeling of that particular room. Okay. Now this is given. So in Windows, if you want to give a door or something like that, so that also you can do it. So let's say for this room you want to keep a door which is located at this location, so that accordingly this door you can do. It's hinged outwards, inwards, whatever. Position, size you can modify accordingly. Material and all those stuffs you can change accordingly, and the texture can also be changed. So I want to keep a room here, and another room I want to keep it here, which is rotating, let's say outwards, right? And if you go to this 3D model, so you can just check that whether these rooms are modeled properly or not. I'm just giving an overall glimpse and idea so how it is being modeled, right? So again go to this 2D, and exterior scene elements not required, calculation surface is already done, right? So some standard elements I want to keep it in this particular room. Let's say I want to have this is a small substation room. Just for the sake of understanding, I want to place a switch gear. Now so always remember one important thing that many people forget. When you are putting a height of 1 meter, automatically the z axis is kept at 0.5. What do I mean by that? If you click it, z as 0.5 means it is at the surface. Now if the height is for example 2, and if you are not changing the z to 1, that is h by 2, what will happen? The 50% will go inside the or under the roof, under the building floor, which is incorrect. So you have to always put the z coordinate as h by 2. So put it 1. Now you can see it will raise up and come into this particular floor. Now if I have to keep the dimension of this particular thing, not I want to keep it this height as 4 meter by width will be 0.8, 800 depth, MCC height would be let's say 2.1. So this is a switch gear. Let's say for example I have placed it here in 2D. Let's see, right? So this is a switch gear. I want to keep little more panels, so what I'll do is I'll take this cube, I'll take this again, I'll do what copy and I'll paste it up, but this time it would be of a different dimension. Let's say it's let's say 1.2 by 800 mm and height would be 2, let's say. So we'll do that. So that is being placed, let's say here. You can rotate also by this, the face by this way. It is one option, but the best option would be just do Ctrl Z, click it here. If you have to rotate now, just rotate it along the x-axis, let's say 90 degree, so it would get rotated accordingly. Sorry, 90 degree x-axis wouldn't face here, it would be y-axis. So just rotate it here as 90 degree. Sorry. So it will be rotated, right? So similarly you can do it. Now let's say I have a vertical cylinder in this particular room, process area, just for the sake of understanding, a tank or something, circular process vessel having a dia of around 2 by 2. So you can do a 2 by 2 dia, just do it. And let's say the height would be raised from here to 4. So if I keep the height 4, it would be definitely going to 2. So through and through there is a process block which is at this particular room, right? So this way, for example, just for the example, right? So similarly you can put lot of things which you require based on your requirement. So now let's say while I have modeled so many things in this particular Dialux, let us see by calculation what is the light I am getting. Let's say I have a requirement of 200 lux to be achieved on this red colored calculation surface placed at 0 meter or at the floor level. Now what I will do, I will simply go to this calculator. If you see start calculation, just click on this calculation, include luminaries in calculation. Always select this standard one which is a recommended calculation. If you go for this very accurate longer calculation, it will take little long extended time to give you more converged or more precise result in this lighting calculation, but generally we go for the standard calculation and then click just OK. So the calculation would be done in the back end. This is the overall progress, 74%, 79%, 90, 100. So you will get. So once done, you can see this is the light output. But one thing what you can see here, if you can just check that there is a glare or a reflection of the light in your this wall, which is not much desired, right? So high wattages I am getting it particularly in this particular area. So what we can do, let us see what we have got the value. So when you go here file, so you can see the PDF. So save output as PDF if you do, and let's say I want to select 129 what is predefined, so you will get a value which will come up. So you can save it anywhere in your desktop. Let's say result desktop and just save it.